Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to number nine. Number nine is understanding the universal goodness. Now, it's a very, very important principle that I'm going to say now. It says, and it's very hard to really believe this, but it's worth it. And that is, Ein Ra Yored Momaila. There's no evil that comes from above, and everything comes from above. Now, let's ignore for a moment the true evil that we do see in the world. And that's obviously tragic and not understandable. That's not what we're dealing with. Right now, I'm dealing with you in your life. Now, I don't want to belittle. I spoke to somebody the other day who went through a lot of difficulty, a lot of abuse. And one has to be very sensitive when we're speaking about seeing the good. He finds it difficult to see the good. He lives in a lot of pain all the time. I fully get that. If you have anxiety, I've gone through anxiety, it's torture. It's hard to see the blessings when you're being tortured. You can't. But, there are times in life that you're not being tortured. There are times in life that you're okay. And it's important to understand, at least in these times, why everything is actually good. And so again, we're not being callous. The Baal Shem Tov says, just like it's a wonderful thing to trust in God, that everything is good when it comes to yourself, you shouldn't trust that when it comes to others. When it comes to others, you should demand of God and you should do whatever you can to help them. But let's talk about ourselves for a moment. Certainly I'll talk about myself and hopefully that can help you. I can honestly say it's a big statement. I've never had a bad day in my life. And that's not to say that I haven't had very difficult days, but I haven't had a bad day. When I look back at my life, was there ever a day that I didn't eat, that I didn't have a place to sleep? No, I've been through tough stuff. I've been through being almost in an abandoned building for 2 years, kind of no electricity, but I had a place to sleep and I had food to eat. I have, throughout all that time, God, my brain, I have my children, I have so much to be grateful for, so much. And I would have to say, as I look back on my own life, I wouldn't say 99% of what I went through was difficult. It was 100% in my own experience. There was nothing that I went through that perhaps somebody of a different resilience wouldn't have said, nothing. Now, to me, it was super traumatic, super difficult. But when I look at the actual facts in retrospect, I've never had a bad day in my life. And now I want to take it one step further. And that is the worst days of my life, the things that were most difficult, those were actually my greatest gifts. The gifts that God has given me more than any other gifts. You know why? It says that oil comes when the olive is squeezed. We all have great light in us, but often we don't even know our own light. We don't even express it. We may be sweet, but the difference between a light, let's take a little light over here, a light, a little candle, right? The light and a laser beam is enormous. Laser beams, you do surgery with them. It's unbelievable. Why? Because they're precise. They're focused. We cannot achieve in life unless we're focused. And what I'm going to tell you now is an amazing principle, which is that the most successful people or the most successful spot is right between total openness and joy and love and total anxiety and fear and anxiousness. When you're over here, you're not fully focused. It's like somebody that's feeling high. He's not really doing that much. He's just feeling good. And somebody that's too stressed is obviously, that can be debilitating. But right over here in the center of those two, that's where you are most effective. And so in life, nothing is like this. You go from here to here to here. That's the way it goes. Chesed, Gvura, Tiferes. When you go through, hopefully, good times in your life, times that you're happy with, and then you go through bad times, times that you're unhappy with, and maybe that stress you, but also build your capacity for focus. It's not just, this world is not only here to give you, it's also here to help you help yourself. And then you get into the center, you get into the zone of proactive behavior. And that's where life is joyful and proactive behavior, because in the end of the day, as we said before, it's only through effort and accomplishment that you can feel good about yourself. So try to see that the process of life was not here to kill you, it was here to create you. Let's do a little meditation. Take a deep breath, breathe in God, and let go of your pains and sufferings and resentments. Breathe in love and peace. And let go of evil and fear. And breathe in the joy of being able to create your own reality. And let go of kind of the pleasure of being cared for. As we embrace the joy of being able to create our own reality, and as we do it with God's help, of course, we always need His help. This is what makes us feel good. It's kind of that simple. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, hashemechad@protonmail.com. We're going to come out of the meditation with a 3 and a 2 and a 1.